different precipitation charts here are types of snow, sleet, which sleet people a lot think that's hail. It's not hail. Hail is a warming process in the summertime, all right? So sleet is different. Freeze and rain, and then you get the rain. So let me start with the easiest, rain. Warm at the cloud level all the way to the ground. The raindrop forms and just stays a raindrop. Touches the ground, still warm enough that it stays a raindrop. That's tomorrow. That's your Wednesday. Pretty easy, right? Rain's the easiest by, well, the second easiest. Freezing rain. Now we get a little more complex because now we have a snowflake that falls, but it melts to a raindrop and stays a raindrop until the very last seconds of its life that it hits the ground. Doesn't have enough time to get into a different form, so it just hits the ground as a raindrop, but the ground's frozen, so then it just decides to take the shape of whatever it touches and adhere to it. And that's what we call ice accretion. And that's what it causes that glistening on the power lines and on the trees, your porch and your sidewalk, and of course the roadways. It's a glaze that we talk about that happens, and it's because it's only the very last second. Whatever it touches is what it freezes onto. No doubt, this is the most difficult one, being freezing rain, because again, it looks like it's just pouring rain outside, and you're thinking, oh, everything's fine. You open the door up and got a surprise. So that's the one we got to really watch. But that's usually the second piece after you go out of rain. That's usually the most likely one you'll go into in phases will be freezing rain. Now, sleet gets a little more complex because it falls as a snowflake, melts into a raindrop, and then freezes into a frozen raindrop or an ice pellet, and then hits the ground and bounces around. We call that sleet. We saw this last year. Remember how we were talking about a snow event and warmer air got involved and we ended up with a sleet storm. Remember that on Valentine's Day? And that's what happens when you get that warm layer. All you needed it's just 1 or 2 degrees off here. These layers creates a different outcome as you saw. So sleet is also going to be a factor. Because the idea of that warm layer kind of thrown in the middle, like the middle of an Oreo cookie. And then as you get into snow, this is the second easiest. Again, rain was the best scenario, easiest one to forecast, because again, the raindrop survives all the way to the ground. Snow is the second because the same ordeal. The snowflake forms, and it goes all the way to the ground as a snowflake.